today?
Well, you see, this drum was made in Trinidad, but today we're going to Tobago.
Awesome. Let's check it out. All right, Trevor, so what's Tobago all about?
Well, it's about finding treasure and kind of working together, but you're working together, but you're finding treasure for yourself.
Oh, okay. Well, let's take a look at what you got here. That is a lot of stuff. Check it out.
Oh yeah.
Tell me what we got.
Little rock tikis, huts, trees, the reversible flippable boards and jeeps and different terrains and amulets.
Okay.
And cards and rose point
So
tokens.
you're finding treasure. Where's the treasure?
Well, that's the thing. You guys have to find it.
Oh, okay. Well, how do we go about finding it?
Well, you play these treasure cards, or clue cards.
Okay. Well, looks like there's a couple already out.
Mm-hmm. You always start with how many people are playing.
Okay.
And when you lay down a treasure card,
Yeah.
it says it's next to a hut.
Okay, so there's symbols that tell you exactly where it is.
And whatever color you are, you put your rose point on it, so you know that that was the clue that you played.
Okay. All right, so we know the black treasure is not in a river space and it's next to a hut. Then what?
Well, then let's say red goes and plays this card. It says it's on a beach.
Okay.
So that narrows it down to only these 3 spots.
So it's next to a hut, not in a river. So now you put those pieces out to say that's where it could be.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But how do you know further where it's going to be?
Further, you just keep playing more and more clue treasure cards until you narrow it down. So let's say blue played this one, and it says it's next to a tiki. So that would narrow it down to just that spot. And once it's narrowed down just to 1, then that's where the treasure is.
Okay.
And
so how do you find it?
You have to get your jeep to that spot.
Awesome.
And then you found the treasure.
Okay. So let's say blue gets to that spot.
All right.
Even though he technically couldn't on that turn because...
He already played.
Yeah.
But, right.
All right. So once blue finds the treasure, what does he do next?
Well, since he just found the treasure, he puts one of his rose points at the end of this card stack over here.
Okay.
And you deal out however many treasure cards there were here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you add an extra one. So there'd be 6. And then for each person that has a rose point, they get to look at that many cards. So green has 2, red has 1, and blue has 2. So green would get to look at 2 treasure cards, blue would get to look at 2 treasure cards, and red would look at 1 treasure card.
Okay.
The other treasure card stays hidden. Once each player has looked at the treasure cards, they don't keep these, but they just look at them. They all go back into the treasure stack, and it gets shuffled around. For the person who found the treasure, they get the first pick. So it's flipped over, it's 4. Blue can choose if he wants to take the 4 or not. If he chooses not to, it goes up the line here. And that would does blue want to take it again? No, he doesn't. Then it would go to red. Does red want to take it? Let's say sure, red wants to take it. So red would take that, it would take this off, and that's all the treasure red gets.
Okay.
And so on and so forth.
Okay. So the treasure's all given out.
Right.
Awesome. And then you start looking for new black treasure.
Yep, and then the black treasure restarts.
Awesome. Well, how can you keep track of where all these treasure items, what all these symbols on these treasure cards mean?
Well, there's this nifty handy little sheet here that shows you what symbols mean.
Awesome. That is a good, helpful guide. Cool deal.
Yes, it is.
Awesome. So how do you know when to move your Jeep?
On your turn.
Okay.
Because when it's your turn, you can either find treasure, move your Jeep, and then you can...
So you mean play a clue card towards finding a treasure?
Right, or play a clue card.
Awesome.
So, yeah.
So there's a lot to do. Mm-hmm. There's one other item about those little stone pieces. What do they do?
Oh, they give out amulets,
Okay.
these things. And they just give you special power through the game that let you do your certain things.
So those amulets, where do they get on the board?
Wherever the tiki looks, following the hexagonal things down to the beach, the shoreline.
So they wash up on the shore?
That's where they
each time a treasure is found?
Yep.
Awesome. And they give you?
Special powers that you can use whenever you want.
Awesome. So there's a lot going on. Does that make it a fun game?
Yeah.
What would you rate this game?
I would rate it a 4 maple.
Okay, and why?
Well, mostly because of all the variety that goes on, and it's never the same twice. Because of the board being flipped around, and the tikis could be placed in different areas, and the trees and stuff, and then everyone plays different cards.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of variety, and then it's just fun to play.
All right. It's a good family game?
Depends on how old your kids are.
How old would you recommend?
I would say 12 and up.
Okay. Why would just be 12?
Well, because it's more involved, and people that are younger might not have the, the attention span that they need.
Okay, so it lasts a little while?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Trevor.
No problem.